It's still quiet right now. Just a small pocket of stillness before everything begins to move. And in this moment, I come to you, God, just as I am. Not polished, not fully awake, maybe even a little heavy inside. But I'm here. And somehow, I believe you're here with me too. I don't think I arrived at this moment by accident. Something in me needed this pause, this breath before the day unfolds. Maybe you gently pulled me here, knowing what today might hold. The conversations, the pressures, the things I'm already thinking about before I've even stepped out the door. You see it all. You see me. And that alone brings a quiet kind of comfort I didn't realize I needed. So I slow down. I let my shoulders drop a little. I take a deeper breath than I have in a while. And I remind myself, I don't have to carry everything all at once. Not today. God, there's already a list forming in my mind. Things I need to do. Things I might forget. Things I'm worried I won't do well enough. And if I'm honest, sometimes the day feels heavy before it even begins. But right here, in this quiet moment, I choose something different. I choose to bring all of that to you instead of holding it tightly on my own. You said in Psalm 55-22, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you." And right now, that's exactly what I want to do. I don't want to carry what you never asked me to carry alone. So I release it, slowly. The pressure to be perfect, the fear of falling behind, the quiet anxiety that sits in my chest without asking permission. I don't push it away, but I don't hold on to it either. I just place it in your hands, trusting that you know what to do with it better than I ever could. God, I need your peace this morning. Not just a surface kind of calm, but something deeper, something steady. The kind of peace that doesn't disappear when things get busy or unpredictable. The kind that stays, even when I feel stretched thin. You promised in Isaiah 26:3 that you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you. And I want that. I really do. But my mind wanders so easily. It jumps ahead. It replays things. It imagines worst-case scenarios before anything has even happened. So gently, I bring my thoughts back to you again, and again, and again. Let my mind rest in you today. Not because everything around me is perfect, but because you are steady. And as this day begins, I ask for something simple, but powerful. Walk with me. Not just in the big moments, but in the small ones too. In the conversations I didn't plan. In the interruptions. In the moments when I feel rushed or overwhelmed. Remind me that I'm not doing this day alone. Sometimes I forget that. I move so quickly that I start acting like everything depends on me. But it doesn't. You're already ahead of me. You're already in the spaces I haven't even entered yet. That changes things. It softens the pressure. It reminds me I can breathe. God, I also bring you the parts of me that feel tired. Not just physically, but deeper than that. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fully fix. The kind that comes from carrying too much for too long. You see that too, don't you? You see the effort, even when no one else does. You see the quiet battles, the silent prayers, the strength it takes just to keep showing up. And somehow, knowing that you see me like that, it makes me feel less alone. So I don't pretend this morning. I don't try to sound strong or put together. I just come honestly, a little tired, a little hopeful, wanting peace more than anything else. And maybe that's enough. Maybe I don't need perfect words. Maybe I just need to stay here for a moment and let you meet me in it. And as I stay here a little longer, I notice something soft beginning to settle inside me. Not because everything is suddenly figured out, but because I'm not facing it alone anymore. That changes the weight of things. It doesn't remove every responsibility, but it reshapes how I carry them. God, as this day begins to take shape, I ask for your guidance in the middle of ordinary moments. Help me not rush past them. It's easy to think you're only present in big decisions or obvious turning points, but I know you're also in the quiet spaces, the small choices, the simple interactions that seem insignificant but aren't. Guide my words today. When I speak, let there be kindness there. Even when I'm tired, even when I feel misunderstood, help me respond instead of react. There are moments when emotions rise quickly, when frustration shows up before I've had time to think. In those moments, gently remind me to pause, to breathe, to choose peace instead, and guide my thoughts too. Because sometimes the hardest battles aren't visible to anyone else. They happen quietly in my mind. The overthinking, the self-doubt, the constant questioning if I'm doing enough, if I am enough. You see those thoughts before I even recognize them fully, and I ask you to bring truth into those spaces. You said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." And I hold on to that this morning. Your peace isn't fragile. It doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It's steady, and I need that steadiness today. When things don't go as planned, and I know some things won't, help me not spiral into frustration or fear. Help me stay grounded. Help me remember that one moment doesn't define the whole day. That one mistake doesn't undo everything. Give me grace with myself, the same kind of grace you constantly show me. God, I also lift up the people I'll encounter today. Some of them I know well. Some of them I might only cross paths with briefly. But each one matters to you, and I don't always know what they're carrying. I don't always see the weight behind their words or actions. So help me move through this day with a little more compassion, a little more patience. If someone is difficult, help me not take everything personally. If someone is hurting, help me not overlook it. And if I have the chance to bring even a small moment of light into someone else's day, give me the awareness to see it and the courage to act on it. Sometimes, God, I get so focused on what I need to accomplish that I forget the deeper purpose of my day. It's not just about getting through tasks. It's about how I show up, how I treat people, how I carry your presence into the spaces I walk into. So shift my focus, quiet the urgency that doesn't need to be there. Remind me that I don't have to rush through life to keep up. I can move with intention. I can move with peace. And when I feel that familiar tension start to build again, when my chest tightens or my thoughts begin to race, help me recognize it early. Help me come back to this moment, to this stillness, even if it's just for a few seconds in the middle of a busy hour. Because I know I can return to you at any time. I don't have to wait for another quiet morning. You're present in the middle of everything. God, I also place my plans before you. The things I've scheduled, the things I'm hoping will go a certain way. I hold them loosely, because I know you may guide things differently. And even when I don't understand the changes, help me trust that you're still leading me in the right direction. You see the bigger picture that I can't see yet. You understand the timing that I often question. And even when I feel uncertain about what's ahead, I choose to trust that you are already there, making a way. So I release the need to control every outcome. I release the pressure to have everything perfectly managed. I release the fear of what might go wrong. And instead, I choose trust. A quiet, steady trust. And as that quiet trust begins to take root, I feel something loosen inside me, just a little. The tight grip I sometimes have on everything starts to soften. I don't have to hold it all together on my own. I don't have to predict every outcome or prepare for every possible problem. I can rest in the truth that you are already present in every part of this day. God, help me move at a pace that reflects that trust. Not rushed, not anxious, just steady. There are moments when I feel like I'm always catching up, always a step behind, always trying to prove something. But you're not asking me to live like that. You're not rushing me. You're not measuring me the way I sometimes measure myself. So I let that pressure go. Again, I choose to walk, not run. I choose to breathe, not hurry past every moment. And even when the day does pick up speed, help something inside me remain calm, anchored, grounded in you. God, I also bring you the unknowns, the things I can't plan for, the conversations I don't know how will go, the decisions I may have to make on the spot, the unexpected moments that could either overwhelm me or stretch me. I don't always feel ready for those things. Sometimes I feel underprepared, unsure, even a little afraid. But you are not surprised by any of it. You already see what's coming. You already know what I'll need when I get there. So instead of worrying ahead of time, I choose to trust that you will give me what I need, when I need it. Not all at once. not far in advance, but right on time. There's something calming about that. I don't have to figure out the whole day in this moment. I just need to take the next step with you. God, guard my heart today. There are so many things that try to pull at its stress. Comparison, disappointment, even small moments that quietly affect me more than I realize. Help me stay aware of what I'm allowing in. Help me not absorb everything around me without pause. If something tries to steal my peace, remind me that I don't have to accept it. I can notice it, acknowledge it, and then release it back to you. And when joy shows up, maybe in small, unexpected ways, help me not rush past it. Help me notice it. A kind word, a moment of laughter, a brief sense of calm in the middle of everything. Those moments matter. They are reminders that you are near, even in simple ways. God, I also lift up the people I love. Some of them are close to me. Some of them may feel distant right now, but you hold all of them in your hands. You see what they're going through, even when I don't fully understand it. You know their worries, their struggles, their quiet hopes. Be with them today. Protect them. Guide them. Bring peace into their lives in ways only you can. And if there's anything I can do to support them, whether it's a message, a kind word, or simply being present, help me be available in the right way. Sometimes I worry about them more than I admit. Sometimes I wish I could fix things for them, but I know I can't. So I place them in your care, trusting that you love them even more than I do. God, I also think about the parts of myself that are still growing, the habits I'm trying to change, the areas where I feel stuck, the patterns I wish were different. It can feel frustrating at times, like progress is slower than I want it to be. But you are patient with me. And maybe I can learn to be a little more patient with myself too. You're not expecting perfection from me today. You're not asking me to have everything figured out. You're simply inviting me to walk with you, one step at a time. And that feels lighter. That feels possible. So I let go of unrealistic expectations. I let go of the harsh inner voice that tells me I'm not doing enough. And I lean into your grace, again, because your grace is enough. And as I sit with that, your grace being enough, I feel a quiet steadiness begin to settle deeper into my heart. Not loud, not overwhelming, just a gentle reassurance that I can carry with me as the day unfolds. God, before I step fully into everything waiting for me, I want to center myself in you one more time. I don't want this moment to be rushed or forgotten as soon as I move on. Let it stay with me. Let this peace linger in the background of my thoughts, like a quiet anchor I can return to whenever I need it. When the noise of the day rises, remind me of this stillness. When I feel pulled in too many directions, remind me to pause. When my thoughts begin to race again, gently guide me back, not with pressure, but with peace. because I know you are not far away. You are not waiting for a perfect moment to meet me again. You are with me in every moment. God, I surrender this entire day into your hands. The beginning, the middle, and the end of it. Every conversation, every task, every unexpected turn. I don't know exactly how it will all unfold, but I trust that you will walk with me through it. And even if things don't go the way I hoped, even if I feel stretched or tired or uncertain at times, help me remember that I am still held, that I am still guided, that I am still not alone. You said in Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul." And that's what I carry with me now. The image of you leading me, not rushing me, not abandoning me, but guiding me gently, restoring me even in the middle of a busy day. Restore my soul today, God, in small ways, in quiet moments, in breaths I almost forget to take. Let restoration meet me right where I am. And if I begin to feel overwhelmed again, help me not spiral into that feeling. Help me step back for a moment, even if it's just a few seconds, and remember that I can breathe, that I can reset, that I can come back to you at any time. God, thank you for this new day. Even with its unknowns, even with its challenges, it is still a gift. And I don't want to overlook that. There is purpose in today, even if I don't see all of it yet. There are moments waiting that I can't predict, moments that may bring growth, connection, and even unexpected peace. Help me stay open to that. Help me not close myself off because of fear or stress or past experiences. Today is not yesterday, and you are doing something new, even in ways I might not recognize right away. So I walk forward with a little more openness, a little more trust, a little more peace. And God, as I move into this day, I also ask for protection, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Guard my peace. Guard my heart. Guard my focus. Help me not be easily shaken by things that don't deserve that much power over me. Let your presence be like a quiet covering over my life today. Something steady. Something constant. Something I can rely on no matter what comes. And now, before I go, I just rest here for a moment. No more asking. No more striving. Just being with you. Breathing slowly. Letting your peace settle in deeper. Letting my thoughts quiet down. Letting my heart feel safe again. And from this place of quiet, I step into the day not rushed, not overwhelmed, but grounded in you. If this prayer brought you even a small sense of peace, you can gently share it with someone else who might need this same moment of calm. And if you feel comfortable, you can leave a simple comment or a quiet amen. Sometimes even that small act becomes a way of spreading hope further than we realize. God, I seal this moment with trust. I seal this day with peace. and I place everything ahead of me into your loving hands. Amen.